Hello and welcome to Kingspan Clargester's Approved CPD. This is an introduction into sustainable drainage systems, or better known as SuDS, SuDS management trains and UK adoption requirements. I will be your presenter today, Elliot Evans. Learning outcomes are set out here, so we will start by an introduction into us at Kingspan Clargester. Then we will look in depth into sustainable drainage systems, followed by SuDS management trains, and then the products that you can use in sequence in management trains. And at the end, we will look at service and monitoring for all SuDS products. So here's a little bit about Kingspan Clargester's offering. We have over 65 years experience in water management solutions, 2 factories in the UK and Ireland, a fully compliant SuDS portfolio, expert service and monitoring advice, and also our ongoing Planet Passionate programme. Planet Passionate is Kingspan's ambitious 10-year sustainability programme. As you can see, we've set out goals in the 4 sections here to make a positive impact on climate change, circularity, and protection of our natural world. This is a huge commitment to ensuring a healthier and safer world for the future. SuDS are used to maximise the opportunities and benefits we can gain from surface water management. These can be above ground or below ground. Also, manufactured or natural SuDS can be used in unison. Kingspan Clargester have a full SuDS range that is combating the key issues that we have. Due to a growing population, more houses are being built, which is increasing our impermeable footprint. On top of that, urban creep is caused by more driveways and patios being built, which is taking away opportunities of infiltration. Unpredictable weather incidents are giving increased chance of storms and potential for flooding. Urbanisation has also caused untreated pollution to pose big risks to us and wildlife. And lastly, the lack of reuse in water will lead to shortages as we ask too much of our natural water resources. The Serious SuDS manual is based around the SuDS 4 pillars: water quantity, water quality, amenity, and biodiversity. All of these 4 need to be considered when planning your SuDS projects. These can be supported effectively when combined in a SuDS management train. A good management train takes all 4 of the SuDS pillars into account. The aim is to have the same or better impact post-development than pre-development. So here you can see a variety of SuDS being used for their different purposes. When designing a SuDS layout, developers must take into account spaces and depths allowed on the site. Reusing roof water where you can on new developments will help you gain a water neutral status. This is our Aquacore range, offering a full SuDS solution for an effective management train. All of the units can be retrofitted, which is great for sites with a lack of space. Rainwater harvesting units are a key appliance to gaining a water neutral status. They are key to keeping the water usage down, which is helping to alleviate problems on the mains water supply. Kingspan offer a new hybrid tank called the Aqua Combi. This is rainwater and attenuation combined, decreasing the need for attenuation further downstream. When needing a full pollution treatment, you should be looking at the AquaTreat water treatment separator. This also has major benefits compared to vortex separators with its larger silt capacities and higher mitigation indices results. Further down the treatment part of the SuDS management train would be our Aqua Oil, full retention and bypass separator range. These are tried and tested over many years where we're a market leader in this field. Also tested to rigorous EN 858 standards. Further down the management train, we will try to slow and store the increased runoff. We can do this with GRP attenuation tanks. The benefits of a GRP attenuation tank compared to storage crates is the ladder access for maintenance. They can also be used in multiple tanks for larger capacities when needed, and also orientations are very flexible to suit awkward sites. After slowing and storing the increased runoff, we need to control the flow rate exiting the development. We can do this with GRP flow control chambers. Kingspan's Aquaflow flow control chambers already have the flow control pre-installed, saving time and costs on site. For sites that don't allow for a gravity-controlled discharge, we could use our aquapump pumping stations. These are tried and tested with Grundfos pumps as standard, and also the use of Type 1 and Type 2 adoptable pump stations available on request. Adoption is the process whereby the assets are vested in the sewerage company or another body and subsequently maintained by them over the course of its lifetime. Sewers that are not adopted are classed as private. Therefore, maintenance should be planned accordingly to ensure that we can save and avoid future costs, as this can be very expensive. Now we're going to take a look at the different UK regulations regarding adoption requirements. The Design and Construction Guidance, or better known as the DCG, came into practice on the 1st of April 2020. The DCG replaced the industry standard Sewers for Adoption 7. Unlike Sewers for Adoption 7, adoption of suitable sewers is mandatory in the DCG. This helps accelerate uptake of SuDS in new developments and ensures that SuDS are effectively managed and maintained. Sewers for Scotland 4th edition was published in October 2018. It provides developers with technical standards applicable to sewers, pumping stations and SuDS which will vest in Scottish Water. If SuDS are constructed to these standards, Scottish Water has a duty to adopt. The Flood and Water Management Act 2010 Schedule 3 commenced on the 7th of January 2019. This requires approval on all new developments of more than one dwelling or where the area covered by construction work equals or exceeds 100 metres squared. Under the Flood and Water Management Act Schedule 3, the SuDS approving body, or better known as the SARB, have a duty to adopt SuDS in compliance with the statutory SuDS standards Wales. So now we can see some examples of adoptability, starting with the DCG. Highway drainage will not be adoptable in England, along with natural watercourses like rivers and streams. SuDS that are part of a building structure will also not be acceptable for adoption. Drainage of buildings and yards belonging to buildings are acceptable, with some of the SuDS shown here. Most of the aquacore range are adoptable all the way across the UK. Similar to the DCG, SuDS that are not drainage from a building will also not be adoptable. For more information regarding this, see the definitions from the Sewerage Scotland Act 1968. Adoptable SuDS are shown here, with a special mention to swales and piped filter trenches only being adoptable used as end-of-pipe systems. Some similarities to England and Scotland for what's not adoptable in regards to highways and roads. But in terms of seeking adoption, a developer will need to comply with the 6 statutory standards. Manufactured devices are again adoptable, as we have seen already in England and Scotland. All SuDS systems require maintenance. Points to consider are accessibility, health and safety risks, frequency, and long-term costs. Service and maintenance programs should be regularly assessed per Chapter 32 of the Syria SuDS Manual. Proactive pollution prevention is a key focus within our Planet Passionate programme. Per EN 858 standard, separator estate owners are responsible for taking all reasonable measures to prevent groundwater pollution and flooding, including use of local or remote alarms. We offer SmartServe Pro remote monitoring on many solutions, Aqua Oil, which is preventing hydrocarbon spillage, and also AquaTreat, preventing groundwater pollution with metals and total suspended solids. All but the AquaFlow in the AquaCore range are compatible with the SmartServe Pro. So just to recap on what we've learnt today, so we've had an introduction into us, Kingspan Clargester, and our long-term goals with the Planet Passionate programme. We've then given you a definition of what SuDS are, and then looking further into different SuDS management trains, along with our detailed view on our AquaCore product range, followed by service and monitoring, and the importance of maintenance going forward. We hope you have found the CPD informative today, and please see some useful links shown here to further information. Thank you for listening, and please send in any questions for our expert technical and sales team to clarjestercpd@kingspan.com. Thank you.